Thank you for joining me today in the Dairy Expo Farm Tour. Today is a great day. It's going to be about 50 degrees. We're going to be visiting 5 different farms up in the eastern Fraser Valley. Some just on the other side of the Vedder Canal, and a couple just a little east of Chilliwack. Welcome to the tour, and let's get started. Today is January 28th, 2015. We're on the dairy tour put on by the BC Ministry of Agriculture. It's a little after 9 o'clock. The sun hasn't come over the Vedder Mountain here. When we went through the border, the sun had been up for about half an hour. So this is kind of interesting. Take a look around. You can see the sun out to the north. We are at Westar Holsteins here on the Ford Road in Chilliwack, BC. So we have a 3-row barn here and one robotic milker, a dealer valve robotic milker, and it looks like they got enough manure storage under the barn to hold all the manure for the winter. This section here we're looking at looks like a dry cow section or a special needs section or breeding section for the cows. They got a pen here, and it looks like a freshening pen. Now over here, which is really nice feature, they got a walkway along the far side, so that is really nice here. And they got Artex stalls, nice, lot of room there. And let's just walk down here. They got a hoof trimming chute in here, so that's controlled by whoever goes in here is controlled by the robot. Here we're looking at the hoof trimming area. Comfort Hoof Care out of Marble, Wisconsin. Looks like it's been used too. So, looks heavy duty on the front end there. And it looks like it's adjustable. You see the pin, so the front doors are adjustable for different size animals. Here we'll take a view of the main milking barn here. So there's a 3-row barn with feeding on the outside and a walkway on this side. This is the north side, and the south side is open to ventilation. So it's nice, and then it looks like about a 16-foot high curtain here. Let's just take a look at the robotic milker, the valve. One cow is getting done, and it's going out, and the cow is voluntarily entering. See what happens here. It's wanting to close on it, it doesn't want to go in. What's going on? Oh, there's another cow coming in. Look at that. They want to go in. We'll get a different view of that in the main setup. So this one cow just came over and this is waiting. So the orientation of the new 60-cow barn here maximizes the natural cross ventilation and minimizes the incidence of direct sunlight on the animals or the feed. So the sun isn't up quite yet over Vedder Mountain, but it's that seems to be true here. Cows seem really comfortable, and the stalls seem comfortable too. They're let's watch this cow get up, and you can see there's these special mats. It's a special type of mat. They do look comfortable, and the mats are a Pro Mat gel mats, and they got cattle brushes too over here. So as we pass by in front of them, the cows aren't disturbed at all, so they look really comfortable. And there is the brush. Haven't been seen used, but being used, but another view of the barn and the little walkway we have, and it's about a 4-foot walkway. The alleys have a rubber mat down it, and you can see they got a groove in for the scrapers, but the whole floor is not cement, it's a rubber mat. Very interesting. Should be really good and soft on this. See if it gives any on when this cow is walking, or if we can tell. It gives a little bit. You can see that. So from the east end of the barn, we're looking at the new 3-row barn, and it's quite spacious up front here, so they got plenty of room to feed. And then the sunlight doesn't hit the feed as much, especially in the summer when the sun is higher in the sky. And then we come around, and they got the storage area for the feed. The bunker's just outside. Oh, look at that. They got, on the feed bunker, they've done it right. They got the plastic down, and then they got sandbags all the way across. And they got it every 10-15 feet, so it's pretty much minimizes any spoilage. And then they use a pallet board to stack them. And a little key on how to stack these. Notice they got them crisscrossed, but if you put them up on the bunker, you want them all the same way, and you want the handle facing towards the, I can't see that, that was a helicopter, but anyway, you want them all facing, and so if you make them in a pyramid shape, you can pull them off very easily, and you can get about 36 in, depending on how what your first one is on the base. So what I'm saying is, you may have 8 across, and the next layer 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and have all the handles all faced one way, so when you put them up on the bunker, you can just pull them off the same way. You don't have to fiddle around. Another view of the bunker. They got a lot of round bales here. So they put up a lot of feed, and if you notice, those bales are fairly, haven't collapsed much. So, and I see they're marked too, which is a good idea. Marked with paint and spray paint, and like I say, they haven't collapsed, which means they're put up at a good moisture level, and they got good body. This is another view of the commodity area, and looks like there's calves down at the far end, and it's open to the, I would say, the south side. It's oriented kind of southwest, northeast. Here's a picture of the bale squeeze. It's a McHale bale squeeze. I got a different type at my operation, but the McHale has a better angle and smaller to grab the bales. So you don't, when you're stacking them, you can get them tighter. Here's a closer view of the calf area. They're loose pack housing. And gates are set up so they can lock them in and scrape, and I assume clean it out too the other way. Get a bobcat in all the other way and open it up that way. We are now at Star Lane Dairy. The sun is now up. Beautiful, beautiful scene here. Land's fairly flat. This looks like another nice barn. All brand new. Got a high curtain side. We'll take a look at it. Here we're in the pump room, and this is very simple and very clean setup. The electrical box, very not that big, and a bunch of mixing valves. Over here in the corner we got the generator. Tractor sits outside, simple setup and manual setup, so looks like it works very well. And then up above that is the heater. Here we have a Bowmatic MRS1. The cow. Oh, we're going to block the cow. We better get out of here. Here you have a view of the barn. Another feed alley, quite wide, all enclosed, and a curtain on the outside. And another three-row barn like the last one. And oh, look at that. Over there. There's some gates up in the air so you can control up and down to form a little, oh, if a cow doesn't want to milk, you can get her in there and trap her. And then when you're not using it, it gets out of the way. That's quite ingenious. And the cows are looking, they seem to voluntarily go in. Let's just watch that cow. Nothing's happening, not letting her in. Let's just pan here. Cows seem to be very comfortable.
Which one was it?
Ray, little farmer, like in a private company. Yeah. But that is going in. Yeah, the one's ready to go here, but I don't know why it's not going in over there.
This one is squirting.
Yeah, the one's dripping milk here. Getting ready to go in, but not in. And then over here, if they want to work on a cow's hoof for whatever reason, it looks like it's being used or has been used. When it comes out of the robot, it can be directed over here. And then he's got room to grow here for, looks like a maternity area. Nice and clean setup. 3 overhead doors here. And he's, when he's feeding, he's got a mixer wagon and he can add grain from the grain bins. Here's another view of the barn looking in. And it's a 3-row barn with a feed alley on the outside, which is covered. Then goes all the way around here. Well, let's just take a view around here of the field, flat field. And then up there, I don't know if you can see this or not, I'm kind of looking at the sun. I think that's Mount Cheam, and those are the Vetter Mountains there. And let's just take a look around here. And nice view. Oh, look at that. There's some houses up on the hill over there. So then we come to the outside of the barn and we have a pit. James Way. It's obviously a agitator. This is the view of the alley scrapers. Don't see any rubber mats on the floor here, but it is it's grooved. It's got a nice little grooves in there. Here's a view of the water tank. These are nice water tanks because to access the float, you just have to pull those little spring-loaded tab there on either end. It flips right off. And you get to it. Nice. I see they have it mounted on this side. I can't really see how they mount it on the other side. So, and the access door here, probably if they have power to it. There's the view of the grain bins, 1 and 2. And then over here we have a view of the commodity shed. The nice part about this commodity shed is it's got a high roof, so it looks like about 18 feet up. And It's not very deep, but it's high. And this bay's open, and this bay where they store the sawdust does have a roll-up door. We're on tour. Let's take a look at this barn. This is a well-built old barn. What's interesting about this barn, there's a pulley here. So the way this works is it had the carriage in the top, and then it came down from the top for your backhaul to here, obviously to something down near the bottom for a horse or a tractor to pull the carriage back and forth. Very interesting. So let's go into the barn, and it was an old tie-stall barn. Another thing that's interesting, this is quite an old barn. It wasn't very big as far as cows. The platform where the cows stood. Let's go here. It had a manger. It was sloped. Both sides were that way. And let's just take a look at the old stanchions. Well, we can look at the old stanchions. Notice they went all the way down, so the cows were in here year-round. I see a piece of wood on the one side, so I don't know if these are Jamesway stanchions or not. Notice the stanchion goes all the way down, so when the cow was in. But as I was saying, the platform itself, the cows were smaller back when, because they would lay out, and they weren't that big an area. Now these stalls are 8-9 feet, and these were probably only about 6, and probably on 42-inch centers. As far as the width. This one looks a little wider, but the rest aren't. Very interesting. And obviously it was whitewashed. We're looking at the upper part of the barn where they stored the hay. You can see the carriage, and I can't see it, but I'll get a view and see what's up there. And oh, there's the carriage there. So it's tripped, and you can see the cord. So it had to come down and then go to another pulley off to the side. Now here's a view of the front of the barn. Let me get out here. And there's where the carriage sat. Doors would open. Looks like they got on hinges, opened up, closed, and then you got a smaller level here to get feed out of. Here's the front view of the barn. 3-row barn with row barn. Here's a real interesting feature of this barn. On the rain gutter, they got a chain that comes down and then goes into the drain. That way it can get hit and not have to be replaced. Very interesting. They got one on either end. We now have arrived at Camp Vale Farms. So let's just walk in here. We're going to have lunch here, so this should be really good. Continuing our tour of Camp Vale Farms, this is the entrance here. Lunch was being served, wonderful lunch. This looks like the calf area. They got a smaller feed alley here. And it's all set up in little pens. Obviously the water for 2 pens. Quite a big barn. Quite a big barn. Let's just pan around here. This is what we see. And then to the south here, it's about noon, so this is directly south. We got the outside with a high curtain. The triolet feeder and pusher. So it knows what to do. The triolet is now passing by. It's quite a big machine. Looks like it holds quite a bit. Automatic feeder and feed pusher. Works on a track. It's working on a track. Oh, look at that. It must be electric on that. And it's got a big I-beam up there. Very interesting. Obviously, it must work. The more orange one here must be power. Let's just pan around out on the west end of the barn. This would be towards Sumas, looking at Sumas Mountain. And over there, past where Sumas Mountain runs out, would be where the Vedder and the Sumas River goes into the Fraser. Beautiful day. It's probably about 50 degrees on January 29th.
So today's the 28th?
I guess it's the 28th. So, Vedder Mountains, beautiful.
Everybody's done.
Let's take a look here. It's a two-row barn here for this alley. This is the calf, looked like older heifer setup. Feet on the outside covered. Alley, 2 rows of stalls. Nice. Here's an interesting feature of this barn. There's a cattle gate here on this side and that side. And the reason they have it is if they want to pasture, they can get the cows out just through that one gate, out and in, and obviously they have a fence, so that works nice. Now here, we're on this side, Artex stanchions. Got lots of room to get in there. Got to reach a little bit, so there's not too much difference, but there is a difference in the height. I see they have a rubber mat down there. That's nice. Cows with hobbles. That's from the old barn. Here we have the automatic feeder. They got some kind of system that the gates can go down to lock them in or out. I don't know what that is. Maybe that's just to breed it. I don't know. So this is the automatic feeder, so if a cow goes in and needs grain, then the back shuts down on them.
Down. Otherwise you have busy cows who push the other ones out.
Oh.
And quickly eat the grain and then let the other one in again.
Right, and the cow that's in there now is didn't dig any grain, it's just trying to steal grain from the others. Interesting. Now we're at the Trio 8 Kitchen Center here. Three bays, looks like round bale hay in that one, and have to get around here, and alfalfa hay in this one. And this is an interesting thing on a bucket, Minium Brothers. What exactly is this for? For round bales?
No, not for round bales. Like corn.
Oh,
if you have a bunker, if you have a bunker,
yeah,
you take a scoop of corn and they'll keep it tight.
Oh, and then they bring it over here to dump it in the...
You just cut blocks out of it and you dump them in here.
Oh. We're still back here. Look at the size of those cylinders. So we need a lot of pressure, and the size cylinder of that, you're going to get a lot of pressure. Interesting. Minium Brothers. So these 3 bins, there's 3 of them. So this is the kitchen, so it comes down here and is filled by a computer system. And then you got your railing up there. And goes around and then starts in feeding. Then it's got to return on the same track. It's not circular. And here's the computer that runs all this. I don't know how this works, but it obviously does work. You can see here where these open up, and probably is controlled by weight, and then it stops. And not too much of a power source here, but enough to run it, so it doesn't take a lot of power. And a couple more things here. Get a picture of the sign and the electrical done by that. Here's a schematic of what it's running on. Here's the I-beam. Here's that cross member. Comes down to 5. This is 3-phase. 5 pins in a plastic. So it looks fairly safe, fairly simple. That's how it works. Room for more. And there are 5 copper bars. That's where he gets his power from. Here's the food area here. This is well set up, and it was a great meal. Great time here, a great day. So these are the 3 bays then.
There's 3 bays. So one base is for corn toilets, the other base is for hay, and there's one for alfalfa, dry alfalfa.
Yeah, I see that.
So if the robot is coming, it's loading, most probably it's loading the dry alfalfa first and the hay.
And
depends how many kilograms it needs. So then the robot is there's a weighing system on the robot.
Yeah.
So if the robot reads the weight what it needs, then the bunker is going to shut up.
Okay, so it knows it somehow remotely controls it then?
Remote control, yeah, exactly. So then it goes to the next ingredient, let's say to the corn silage. And then the corn silage is bringing it in. Let's say you need 300 kilo of corn silage for that group. And then after 300 kilograms, it's measured by the robot again. Then the bunker sets up. And then the robot is starting to mix.
Oh, there's a mixer in there.
There's a mixer in. There's a 2-auger mixer in.
I'll have to get on a higher view and look at it.
Yeah. If you go on the stairs over there, you can have a look at it. So there's a 2-auger in. So it's mixing the feed.
Yes.
You see the white pipe over there?
Yes.
That's for the concentrates. So, if it's underneath there, then it can turn on the concentrate, and then the flex auger is going to run, and brings the concentrates into the mixer.
How does it know to control the flex auger? Is it all wireless or something?
It's all wireless. If the robot is on that point, and the track has his meters, so it's measuring on a track. So point number 1 is all in the corner over there where it starts. Point 180, it's all on the end over there.
Okay,
And that's it. So over there, that might be point whatever, 25.
Yes.
And then it knows at point 25 I have to stop. And if I stop, the flex auger has to run till I have 25 kilograms in it.
So somehow it knows when it gets that weight, it shuts off the auger somehow.
That's right. There is a motor on the flex auger. There's a motor at the bin. So it starts running, and then if 25 kilo is in, or 30 or 40, whatever you need, so you have to program that in the software, or in your computer, and then it shuts off, and then the robot starts mixing again, and then it goes to the group where it should go to.
Right. How does it, there's wireless controlling something somewhere on everything.
That's right. There is an antenna on the computer.
Oh, I see that. Right in the front. Yeah.
Over there.
Yes.
And if you see in the back, there's a 3-red flag, the red flag, that is right on the top.
The red flag.
The red flag on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
In the back on the wall is a red flag, and right on the top there is 2.
Another antenna. Okay, yeah.
Those 2 are communicating with each other.
This one and this one controlling controlling all the electrical. Wow, that's actually pretty simple then.
Yeah, it's a pretty simple system actually. We try to make it as simple as possible. That's what we try.
Right, the track.
Of course, the hardest thing is the software. So you need a certain amount of software in the whole system to get it all running and to get it loaded the amount you want, and to get it mixed the amount you want, and to get it delivered, etc. So the software is hard. But the good thing of the software is it doesn't matter what distance there is. I mean, we can repair the software in Holland, over here. All guy in Holland can log in this system and let the machine run, or stop, or whatever, or change the program. So if the farmer doesn't know anymore what's going on, or the dealer doesn't know anymore, then in Holland, there's a guy behind the computer. He said, okay, where are we? It's in BC, it's that and that machine number. He can log in, and he can take over the whole controls in Holland.
Wow, so you have to have high-speed internet then?
You need high-speed internet, that's for sure. Yeah.
And you have to have a high-speed internet out in the barn?
But you need the internet too in the barn, because it's all by internet.
Oh, those are just routers then?
There's routers. Yeah.
Those are routers communicating with a slave router going to wherever.
Right.
Oh.
it doesn't use much power either. Is it three-phase power that it's using?
We use normally three-phase power. This is the one-phase power in this barn, so we made it all one-phase, single-phase.
Okay, so all single-phase. So you don't need three-phase then.
Nope.
So why are there 5 bars in this thing? Did they need 5 bars?
They need what?
5 bars, 5 copper bars.
For the single phase, it's only 4, isn't it? 2, I think.
Right, 2. But,
Yeah, 2.
But they would come. The bar would come with 5 anyway.
Yes, exactly. For the three-phase and the ground, how do you call that? 0. So it's you need 4 then. So three phase.
Right.
You need 1 for
2 hot wire, 2 and 1 ground, and 1. So you need 5. You probably got a ground in there too, but that's for the electricians to know. But it doesn't use much power. I mean, how many horsepower is it using?
This one is 11 kW, so that's about 15 horsepower. There's an E motor for the hydraulic pump. That's 7 kW, 10 horsepower.
Why is it start? Oh, he can stop
one
it.
on the top over there, so totally is 35 horsepower by hand.
Oh, not much at all.
That's what it is.
Now, does a farmer program it by a computer out here?
Yeah, there's a computer over here.
Oh, so it's all self-contained in here.
You can program on this screen.
Yes.
There's one computer, but it's taken over by the computer in your office, either your laptop or your PC or whatever.
Yeah.
You can also use it on your iPhone or iPad.
Oh, wow.
So you can do the programming.
That's pretty high tech.
Yeah, well, it's not. Yeah, well, it's high tech, but it's existing.
It's
communication or existing technique.
That's interesting how that turns up there. It's got to have a certain radius to turn, otherwise it won't.
That's correct. That's correct. And it slows down. You see?
Yeah.
That if the corners it slows down, and if it goes straight, then it starts up again. It moves faster. Maybe not in this shot piece, I don't know if it goes faster now.
So that only looks like a 1 horse at the most electric motor to make it go. It's not very big.
No, it's not very big. I don't know exactly what the top one is, but there's one in the robot. That's a 15 horsepower, and that one is 5 or something, or 6.
Oh,
I don't know.
is it that big, huh?
There's a small one over here to activate the door.
Oh, there is one.
And there's one for the hydro pump to open and close and to let the bunkers run.
Let me get up there and take a good look at it, see what's up there. It's got 2 rotors in here. So it's a 2 vertical.
2 rotor. 2 vertical augers are in it. Yeah,
so it can handle some big stuff.
Yeah, there is a 3 cubic meter, so it can you can put in 700-800 kilograms.
About 3,500 pounds or so total.
Total? No, 800 kilograms will be 2,000 pounds.
2,000 pounds, and it'll be full.
It will be full. Yeah.
Is it going to load?
Normally you don't make it. It depends. If it is a dry racing, you don't make it. You can only in 3 or 400 kilograms.
Well, it's supposed to load up now, so I'll keep watching it and see what it does.
It is opening the doors and let the chain run, and there is 2 bars on the front top to make it loose the material. As you can see.
We'll get a good look at it. So this is running the electric running the.
Yeah, there's electric motor, and there's just a hydro pump.
Oh, it's just a hydraulic pump.
All the hoses making the door open. This door go open. You will see it on that side, and then the chain, the inside chain is running, and there are 2 rollers on top. They run.
So it's pretty efficient because it's running electric over hydraulic.
That's right. That's right. Oh, that's one of the things to say here.
So now it's getting in the park position.
Yeah. So you will see if it finds the right spot, it has to find the right spot first. Just underneath the auger.
Okay.
You see the hydro motor starting.
I see. Yeah, you can hear it.
So the doors go open. And now you see that the rollers are turning.
Yeah.
And the belt is turning, or the chain conveyor is turning.
So they must turn real slow so they doesn't dump.
You see the conveyor running if you look through?
Yeah.
The chain?
Yeah, real slow. Yeah, real slow.
Very slow. Very slow.
Real slow. way they can control the amount of feed that's put in it.
Yeah, so it says, you can see it over there. It needs, I don't know how many kilograms, but it has to do 3 more kilograms now.
What are you reading that at?
Yeah, weight remaining. So
I don't even read that over here.
it's 12 kilograms. I don't know what you have to put it. I think 14.
So the computer's telling them what to do.
Stop.
Okay.
40 kilograms.
Okay.
Now the hay is in. Well, it takes next right in.
Now we can see more here. Now it's going to get into the second position. And what's it telling us?
The target.
Telling us that.
Maybe it's only going to the heifers.
Okay.
The heifer ration, I think.
Okay, it's smarter than we are because it knows what it's doing.
Yeah.
Now it's getting in position. That's kind of interesting. It's not set. It can swing and it can hit stuff. And
That's a loading position. I don't know what the...
14, 15 kilograms. Something's coming on. It's telling us what?
Oh, 140 kilograms corn chalice should go in. So the total weight is 15 kilograms now in it. So it puts in and this goes down. So 130, 120.
Oh, so it's a kind of a cumulative thing.
That's right. And this one is going up now. This is the total weight. And if this is 0, then it shuts up.
Well, we'll see if this thing works.
I'm pretty sure it does.
I understand they're really reliable.
Well, you can see how accurate it is. What the weight remaining is, so this should be 0. Can be a little bit in.
Probably, does it slow down? It slows down a little bit.
1 to 2 kilo.
Does it slow down towards the end, like a pound or a few pounds, and then does it?
No, target position is probably the concentrates. 16 kilograms.
Oh, okay.
16.
So we're going to come out to the.
So it goes to the concentrates.
Now we'll watch this. Oh, this is interesting.
Concentrate is in here.
Yeah, I know on the two. And does it sit there and mix for a while after it gets?
You can program that. How long it should mix. And every ration can be a different programming of mixing.
Right, you can control all your mixing ingredients, everything.
Yes, yes. So as long as you have the bunkers filled, and as long as you have the upright buns filled, then this is, of course, automatic. Now it has to find the right location.
Yeah. It's got to get in position. Now it's got to put, what do you say, 15? This is for a heifer ration, it looks like. Not really.
Oh my God.
No, but hell, in this amount of time we'd have fed 500 cows.
Now we'll see if it speeds up on the straight run. Around that corner, it slows down. So it's almost coming around. Be interesting if it's still mixing. It probably should be still mixing. Yeah, it's speeded up. Let's speed it up some. So around the corner, it slowed down. It's still mixing. Looks like it's giving a good mix. Look at that. You don't see the grain? It's all mixed up. If it was more full, it would mix better. But it's mixing fairly well with this just a little load. Now, if you had they make these bigger hoppers then too?
Well, we don't do that. No, not yet. No.
This is the biggest. This is the biggest you can get.
That's the only one we have and the biggest we have.
And
we don't really know to go bigger actually because, well, if you want to feed more cows with it, we can go up to 600 cows now with this system like this.
Oh, because they can just keep feeding again and again.
24 hours a day, they keep going.
Instead of just pushing the feed up, it could push the feed up and feed at the same time.
That's right. There's a pusher underneath, so you can push the feed and feeding at the same time.
So if it was pushed if it needed more feed, you just, instead of just push the feed up, you just mix it, load up, go feed.
Yes.
I wonder how long it mixes. Obviously,
it mix over here right now, but it's only the mix is pretty good right now.
Well, it's been mixed fairly well for a long time.
Yeah.
You can see the grain is all mixed up, and it obviously is cutting it up some too. It probably depends on what kind of alfalfa you get, but it's doing. It's a lot of alfalfa. I wonder if this is a dry cow mix.
I don't think so.
Only it knows. Here's a view of the bunker where he's getting where they're getting the feed from. This looks like corn silage, so there you got corn silage in here, and that's how that thing that chopped it gets it. It's not a real straight cut, but it's fairly clean. Now we continue on to Beaver Brook Farms. Take a look here, see where we're. Take a look around. Beautiful day. Here we're taking a look at the barn. This is a nice barn. It's a drive-through here, an alley, and then loose pack housing. There's quite a few cows in here. This looks really nice here. So this must be the close-ups. And supposedly it's a new barn. It's 52 by 114 feet long. Well, this must be just one wing of it. Look how comfortable these cows are in the loose pack housing. Beautiful. Nice area. And then they can, as they get closer, they can lock them up in the one little pin there. They got 3 little pins that they can get them in here on top of this big area with a nice curtain. We have a vacuum pump here because they can move these gates, and obviously they're milking them, probably with a Bodman milker. Nice setup. They got two milking stalls. They got a gate here. I don't know how this works, but somehow it works. Oh, I see. They can trap the cow in a triangle here, and then milk it over here. Here's another one of the maternity pins. Cow looks like maybe she has a touch of milk fever, maybe not, but it's got a nice calf. No, the cow's all right. Nothing wrong with her. Nice calf there. So nice big area.
Oh, there's a couple.
So there's 2 lilies here, and it's interconnected there. Where is the milk line? Is it in the?
Sorry, no. The milk line is in the black insulated.
Oh. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
They're insulated. Then it goes to the milk tank. From the one goes to the milk tank. You can see.
Milk tank's over here, so there's two milk plants. The milk tank's through there, and then I have a pasteurizer. That's where the other milk plant's going. It's on the other side of the office. There's a little milk taxi
for the
calves, right? Yeah.
Pasteurizer.
Yeah.
How long you had that?
8 months. Got it with startup.
Do you feed the calves individually, or are they in groups?
I still do it individually.
Have you had any problems since you got the pasteurizer?
No. You know what?
Do you put any mastitis milk in that pasteurizer?
No. You know what?
It's not worth it because of the bugs that are there. That's what so they come in from that side going in that way.
Yeah, and these guys here are this is fresh cow group, right?
Yeah.
So they can get in too. They have to go through this fetch pen, right? Right?
Right.
So they're going through here. Right?
Okay, they go in here.
And then they'll go through the robot, and then they get routed out around.
Oh, the robot makes them, okay.
Yeah, and they come back into here, back into the fresh cow pen, right? Mm-hmm. When I'm done with having them in here, I just put it in the computer, route them out with the cows. Right?
Yeah. So then they go, normally they just go out.
Yeah.
And you haven't had any really problems.
No.
One's milking pretty calm.
Actually, it's funny, eh? Like, how calm they are now.
Yeah, they're...
You know, like, there's a lot of people in here now, and I just went and checked because I hadn't really been paying attention. I didn't notice a bunch of cows around here that long and have a huge fetch cow list, right?
Right.
I had 6 cows on there. None of them were over 14 hours, like, from, like, since they last been milk. So it's pretty,
Hasn't really affected them that much. They seem calm. Okay, so when your fetch pen, is this the fetch pen right here?
This is the fetch pen.
And how do you get them in?
I've got a gate on see the railing on the other side of the robot? And it swings and hooks into that, see the loop there?
Yeah.
So then I just run the cows down and through that little saloon gate there, and they come in.
Oh, and they'll go through that?
Yeah.
Ooh, I bet you had to train them a little bit.
Well, actually, there's 2 gates pins there. One long one that goes across there, locks all the way across that crossover, and then a short one that you can actually swing all the way to here.
Oh, so they got to go
They got nowhere to go, right?
Yeah.
Because, they didn't like going through there first. Yeah, we just actually, last Friday, they did that. It's actually 112 years.
Was it homesteaded here, or?
Yeah, I'm actually the fifth generation here. So.
That's interesting. Our farm is a homestead farm. It was 1876 that they came. They came up. My grandfather came up here to help when they build the Yale Tunnel in 1872.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's something else, eh? The Yale Tunnel.
The Yale Railroad Tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I worked on that. And then on his way back to Seattle, he went a day's walk too far into and then homestead in America. If you want to be a dairy farmer, you want to be on the right side of the border, on the north side of the border. Oh, you got a nice hoof trim and shoot too. Actually, yeah.
How long does it take?
About an hour and a half.
Oh, okay.
I don't usually pay attention, but I'm thinking it's about an hour and a half.
So here it's nice because it just automatically kind of goes in, and once it's full, and then you carry on. But with us, we'd have to fill it with buckets at milking and.
Oh, I see.
And then
come back in an hour and a half.
Yeah.
That would suck.
Well, where yours is it near a tank? Is your would it be near a tank?
It can be.
In Washington, USA.
Okay. Anyway, here's the farm. Here's the cows. They look comfortable, and we have all these people around, and they don't seem to be too disturbed. And the owner was telling me not that many cows have missed milking, so they're used to milking after about 8 months. Been a good experience for him with the robots. And this is a 3-row barn over here, and there's actually a 6-row barn.
So the computer works best on a 6-row barn. It's got a lot more room to work with. And see what we got out here. Beautiful day in Canada here in the Fraser Valley.
What is
Kind of wanted to fight to get in there.
Yeah.
Let's just see what happens here.
It's amazing what the enticement of grain will do.
Randy was telling me at church Saturday. Tell exactly when hotels and they started closing. Amazing, right?
Yeah.
So there are the lasers. So far to hit each one. Not miss the cow move. The cows move around. Yes. Very interesting. That is not too much time there.
Court was trying to hook up. Oh no,
There's the milk tank. There's the smaller tank, so when they pick up the milk, it's got somewhere to go. And the valve system there. The valve system here on the tank. They're quite complex in a way. Filter systems. And now we come into where the barn is with the headers. He was telling me that the hot water is recirculating, so it's got a pump that recirculates it all the time, so it keeps warm, and it goes over to where the calf area was. And that's the pump that recirculates it, obviously, all the time. You can see that, so it must have a return line then too. And here's the tank. And up there is that one compressor. It's very well thought out, because then all the heat, you can shut the louvers in the wintertime, capture all the heat. And then it is on the south side of the building, so it'll be warmer in here anyway. And he's got a couple heaters in here, and here's the plate cooler. So it looks like very simple and well thought out system. Now in this building is the air compressor. He's got one air compressor that will run 2 robots. This is probably some kind of panel that runs the air compressor or something. This is interesting. In the utility room here is this is for the water troughs, and so it's feeding all the water troughs, plus probably the plate cooler is coming in here when they're milking. There you can see it dripping there. So it feeds one inlet going to all gravity feed waters. Have to take a look out in the building to see where they go to. Generator room, run off natural gas.
Yep.
Cummins engine, and a is it a Catalite power source?
So far, we only had to use it once.
Well, that's good.
And it worked.
Did it start automatic? Is it automatic if the power goes out?
If the power goes off, it just kicks in. And like 6 seconds.
This is the barn. There's the hay hoist. Do you know if it was a James Way track or not?
That's a picture of those. Do you know if it was a Jamesway track? You know?
You know, that's before my time. I was just a little boy when they used
that. Did they use the hay forks or the single fork?
We had the two. The
okay.
Single that came down.
Yeah, and then they clip, and then
they clipped underneath them.
Right. So this is the old barn. This was so they had it boarded up over here, and it had hay, so you could drive through here. You could drive the horse through here with the wagon.
You could, yeah.
Wow, look how they built this barn. They had good ventilation.
Look at the timber in that barn.
And it's rough cut, looks like.
Yep.
Looks like rough cut, and I don't know what is it got a metal roof on it now? Or
it has now. It used to be
shingles or shakes, but shingles lasted 40 years at least.
It was shingles, I'm pretty sure.
And part of the reason why is because it could breathe.
Yep.
So you're not going to find shingles like that anymore.
You're not going to find lumber anymore either.
Because there's no knots. There's no knots, and then this looks like about an 8x8 or 10x10. There's no knots. And
Brett's swinging a lot of captains in here.
Yeah, so you had beams going across here.
We did, and then they...
How quite low from down here or from up here?
It'd be up higher.
Up higher, up there, that went across.
Yeah.
Huh. And then they put these beams up, or put these steel posts and put
a
new system. And they reinforced it up on top.
And those up above are the old ones.
Yeah.
This barn was built in 36.
This part of the barn was built in 36. The hay barn was built in 1918.
Far back. It was 18, yeah.
Yeah, you can see in 36 now they had the finer, not rough cut, but it was whatever they call it, lumber, real cut lumber.
And this is how we went with our cabs. We went to the hatches.
What do they got? Oh, they got vents for the back instead of windows. Oh, you need as much ventilation as you can get.
That's right. And this is my little red one I was telling you about. That's my Jersey.
Oh, you've bred some Holstein to Jersey?
Actually, we used to Reaper Max. That's where they got 3 different breeds. Beef bull, a Holstein bull, and a Jersey.
Yes.
And we got the Jersey.
Yeah, I've used some of that Repo mix for Angus.
Angus?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, we got a couple of Angus crosses here, too. These ones.
Really? Are you going to milk it?
No, we're just going to raise it up and let it go.
Here we are at Rosebryn Farm.
I had a little problem at Rosebryn Farms with my video camera. I ran out of power. But anyway, this was one of the more impressive farms on the tour.
Artex.
It was a new 220 stall barn with Artex Y2K free stalls. And it had 20 horse Jamesway flush pump, agitator, and automated flush flume settling lane system for sand recovery. It had also replaced all its 250-watt lamps by replacing them with 75-watt LED lighting fixtures. The most impressive thing on this farm was its sand recovery system. They had been using sand since the original barns on the site, and that was built 10 years ago. And they recently incorporated a sand settling system that allowed Rosebryn to reuse 80 to 90% of the sand at a savings of $2,000 to $2,500 a month. Parlor water was used to wash the sand, and it was stored after the recovery in a covered building for 1 to 2 weeks. A new engineered concrete pit with the ability to accumulate a roof was built as part of the overall project. The sand recovery system was a very simple system, and it looked like it worked very well.
We're at the Fraser Valley University Teaching Center here, up south of Chilliwack. Got a cow here ready to be milked. Students are going to learn how to milk a cow. 1 unit parlor. Nice.